Among the vast realities of the multiverse, there exists a world where the heroes and villains of Marvel 616 never received their fantastic powers or battled for the fate of the world. Instead, their abilities were used in the pro wrestling ring, and their battles were for the fate of world championships. This is Marvel Championship Wrestling. Smash opens with Magneto speaking on his interference in Jean Grey's match last week. So why on earth would Magneto go out of his way to help a member of the X-Men? Plain and simple. Mystique is going to be your next women's champion. But not only that, there will be a special satisfaction in taking that title from the X-Men as Charles watches from his hospital bed. So, regardless of the Hellfire Club's infatuation, Jean Grey is the Brotherhood's project. They were collateral damage. So let this be a message to the rest of this roster. Stay out of my way. But enough of this. I have a meeting to tend to. Magneto, come on in. Mr. Sinister and I were just discussing the #1 contender spot for Jean Grey's title, which I presume is what you're here about too. You've made a case for Mystique deserving it, and you've done the same for Meline Pryor. Heh, you got me in a real pickle here, fellas. But I've got a solution. Tonight, a #1 contender match between Mystique and Meline. Winner gets a title match at Inferno. What do you say? The Brotherhood shouldn't have to jump through your hoops, Lee. We are clearly the most dominant faction in this company. But I suppose that works. Disposing of Pryor is a simple task for Mystique.
You and your clan don't deserve to even share the ring with the Phoenix. Alas, I would oblige. But one request, Mr. Stan. The Hellfire Club calls for this to be a casket match.
Great! Caskets do great business! Magneto? Your morbid gimmicks make no difference to us. The results will be the same. Well, that's a good old-fashioned compromise, fellas. But there is one catch. Next week, you two will be Monday night's main event, Magneto versus Sinister. The fans will be thrilled. I hope there's room for two in that casket.
Indeed, Magneto. Indeed.
Done! Excelsior! The most highly anticipated match in the women's division. The Brotherhood's Mystique versus Meline Pryor of the Hellfire Club. The winner of this match will claim the #1 contender spot and guarantee themselves a title shot at Inferno against reigning champion Phoenix Jean Grey. And this isn't your ordinary match. It's a casket match. No referee in the ring, meaning no wins by pinfall, submission, or disqualification. The only way to win? Throw your opponent into a coffin and slam the lid shut. Meline unleashes on Mystique to open the match, who is sent flying over the ropes, slamming onto the casket on her way down. Mystique shoots back into the ring to retaliate. both women clearly driven to keep the momentum in their favor. Mystique rebounds with an elbow strike and a disrespectful slap across the face to boot. Pryor is set up onto the apron, and Mystique drives her head into the casket with a fierce DDT. Meline is carried over Mystique's shoulder before being dropped face first onto the hard oak casket. A match like this isn't for the faint of heart. Meline stops Mystique in her tracks and returns the favor, smashing her into the casket. Meline performs a painful stretch submission, but in this match, a tap-out isn't a path to victory. So she transitions to what will win the match and gets the casket open. Mystique is brought dangerously close to getting tossed in, but fights her way out of a tough spot. The tables are turned, and Mystique throws Meline into the casket. But she can't get it closed, and Pryor breaks free. Mystique enters back into the ring, leaping off the turnbuckle, and lands a devastating attack. Mystique searches below the ring and finds a sledgehammer. Good Lord. This is the kind of weapon that can cause serious injury. Is that Jean Grey? Cutting through the crowd, bypassing the Juggernaut's blockade at the entrance. In spite of her sister's Hellfire Club antics, Jean must feel a duty to protect her sibling from such a vicious weapon. The threat is neutralized. Meline must be thankful. What? She sucker punches Jean, who just saved her from a gruesome attack. Jean paying a price for her sisterly instincts as Meline continues to disregard all decency. Is she trying to get Jean into the casket? But why? Things take a dark turn. Literally, the lights in the arena are cut. The ring covered in darkness. The lights return, and what on earth? The casket's gone. But how? Mystique is baffled. How do you win a casket match with no casket? She's pissed and heads back into the ring. What's this? Juggernaut is dragging a referee out from backstage. Apparently, the Brotherhood don't intend on letting this match go to waste. But is this even legal? The ref fearfully runs down into the ring as Mystique continues her attack on Meline. Inside the ring, Mystique's going for the long kiss goodnight. Meline Pryor is laid out and Mystique covers. The ref drops to make the 3 count. That'll make this official. The bell rings, announcing Mystique winner and new #1 contender. But where is the champion? Wherever she is, the Hellfire Club must be behind it. God help Jean Grey. Baron Zemo makes his way to the ring to address the crowd. He, along with his partners Crossbones and the Mandarin, have become a dangerous faction in MCW as of late, and their vendetta against Nick Fury and Tony Stark has hit a violent peak. Last week, Zemo hinted that his elusive general was going to make himself known tonight. Let's see what he has to say. You have all witnessed that me and my associates are the most formidable faction in the MCW. But tonight, all you common folk are going to be in the company of greatness. You see, I do not merely inflict pain on a whim. I am blessed to be under the leadership of a great man, with great vision. And it is time for the next phase of this vision. It is my honor to introduce to you the General.
Wir sind des Geiers schwarzer Haufen, ja, oh, und wollen mit Tyrannen raufen, ja, oh, Spieß voran, rauf und dran, setzt aufs Klosterdach den roten Hahn, Spieß voran, rauf und dran, setzt aufs Klosterdach den roten Hahn. Als Adam grub und Eva spann, Kyrie eleis, wo war denn da der Edelmann? Kyrie eleis.
Legacy. A thing that all men work to build during their lifetime, as it is the way a man may live beyond the grave. I am part of a legacy, the son of the greatest wrestler to ever hail from Germany. Of this, I am very proud. Nikolai, Fury, you are also part of a legacy. Protege of Sergeant Fury and the Howling Commandos, a product of the American military. A product of the people who worked tirelessly to destroy and besmirch my father's legacy.
Breaking news. Pro wrestling champion was arrested tonight on charges of conspiracy and involvement in war crimes. Stay tuned for updates as the story develops.
Pro wrestler, the Red Skull, real name Johann Schmidt, was fired from the MCW following an arrest. He was a current tag team champion, along with partner Ulysses Claw. Schmidt was stripped of his title and let go. There is no comment from the MCW.
Reported that there were actually some fellow wrestlers with military ties that helped the Justice Department in gathering evidence for a conviction.
10-year anniversary of the arrest of disgraced pro wrestler the Red.
He was found dead today in his
prison cell.
MCW had no comment.
No comment.
The Red Skull lives on through me. Fury, you are a symbol of your government, tyranny disguised as benevolence. And Stark, a symbol of your people, self-obsessed capitalists. We are Hydra. We are your reckoning, a reckoning that you have been destined to meet your whole lives. And Inferno will be the stage on which you receive that reckoning. So says Hydra. So says the Red Skull.
Let me give you two a hand. Very impressive. Thank you, sir. Because it's an achievement to screw up that hit on Peter Parker as bad as you did. How'd you let one kid get over on the two of you? Everything was going fine until this idiot kicked me. Are you kidding? It was your job to make sure I got the win. You just made things worse. Enough. I clearly got to do everything myself around here. But for now, I've got other business to handle. I've got a match tonight. The Kingpin's gonna remind them all why I'm the boss. And why I'm the champ. Tonight, on Friday Fanfare, the heavy hitter from Harlem, Luke Cage, one-on-one with the reigning all-star champion, Kingpin Wilson Fisk. These two have had run-ins with each other in the past, but tonight they finally collide inside the ring. Kingpin starts out using his size advantage, using a body lock to start wearing his opponent down. A thunderclap breaks the hold, but Fisk surprisingly nimble for a man his size. He unleashes a heavy clothesline and body splash on Luke Cage. He goes for a suplex, but Luke Cage is not a man you can manhandle very easily. He takes Fisk out at the knees and goes on the attack. Punctuated by a leaping knee drop to the Kingpin. Luke slams him into the turnbuckle and sets up onto the mid-rope. A bulldog slam sends Fisk face first into the mat. Kingpin staggers up to the corner. And Cage collides. He lifts the Kingpin. With one arm, the power on this man is unmatched. Fisk evades, but loses a short game of cat and mouse and ends up slammed back down. But to Luke's surprise, the Kingpin remains a difficult force to knock off his feet. Fisk tells him he's got to do better than that to take his title, and drops him with a combination of punches. And continues wearing him down in the corner of the ring. While the ref's attention is diverted, Echo hops onto the apron and removes a corner turnbuckle pad, exposing the sharp metal of the corner post below. Fisk throws Luke into the opposite corner and then tosses him to the outside. Emerging from the crowd, it's Elektra. She has unfinished business with Echo from the backstage attack weeks ago, along with Typhoid Mary. Fisk continues the assault on the outside. Echo and Elektra are now mixing it up ringside. Echo hurls Elektra over the barricade. The women are now scrapping out in the stands among the crowd. Meanwhile, Luke Cage works back to his feet and turns the table on Fisk, tossing him into the metal steps. Cage is clearing off the announcer's table. He's clearly planning to take this outside brawl to the next level. He gets the big man onto the table. But Fisk counters, and Luke Cage is the one sent through the table. Devastating slam. The Teflon Don gloating while Luke lies in pain. Back inside the ring, Kingpin brings Cage over to the exposed turnbuckle, and Luke is split wide open. Good Lord. Continuous blows into the corner post. Luke tries to roll out to safety, but the Kingpin catches him and suplexes him back into the ring. Fisk looks to finish. And there it is. The Dawn drop to Luke Cage. 1, 2, 3. Kingpin takes the win. Demonstrating tonight that not only is he willing to break the rules to get over, but he is a serious powerhouse in the ring. Taking this title from Fisk will certainly be no easy task. You know, Fury, I'm not new to having someone want to punch me in the face. But I've got a bad feeling about this guy. What exactly have I gotten dragged into? I've never seen him before. But if he's anything like his father, we're dealing with a truly sadistic individual. Guy strikes me as a real World War II buff, but maybe not so happy with who came out on top. We're gonna need some backup. And I think I know just the guy for the job.